The National Football League welcomes you to the Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show.
Everyone, welcome to Sentinel. Today is going to be a very controversial show. Yesterday, I was watching the Super Bowl, and quite frankly, I didn't even know who was actually playing in the game until somebody told me it was the Seahawks and the Patriots. And during the game, I kind of dozed off, and then all of a sudden, I started hearing the Spanish song show, and it was all in Spanish. And that kind of triggered me. And I'm sitting there wondering, what the hell is going on? This is the Super Bowl, the National Football League championship game, and the halftime show is in Spanish. And it just blew my mind for a couple of reasons. And just bear with me. And, obviously you can see that I am ethnically from another country, which is Pakistan. I speak foreign languages. So this is not anything to do with speaking foreign languages. I encourage that. I think the United States is a very diversified country, and I think that's fantastic. However, we do have a common language in the United States, and that happens to be English. And it is also the official language of the United States.
We have to have assimilation. To have a country, we have to have assimilation. I'm not the first one to say this, Dana. We've had many people over the years, for many, many years, saying the same thing. This is a country where we speak English, not Spanish.
Many people don't know that in March of 2025, President Trump signed an executive order making English our official language. Therefore, we need to pay attention to that because language unifies a country. It unifies a culture. Otherwise, we're going to be just like Europe, where they've got multiple languages going on, and people can come in and start speaking whatever they want, and they don't really assimilate into the culture. It's important that we assimilate and become a United States of America. And now, here's the issue. Now, I've got nothing against the Spanish language. Quite frankly, I love, Mexican food. I've had a couple of great burritos in my time, and it happens to be my favorite food. But the issue really is there's only about 14% of Americans speak Spanish, and the other 86% don't. So what happens is if we just really focus on one ethnic group, next year we're going to have an issue with the other ethnic groups. You're going to see a halftime show next year being done in Hebrew, potentially Arabic, or Hindi or Urdu. Bollywood type stuff would start happening. And what's going to happen over time is we just chisel away our national identity. So it's absolutely important that as a nation that we stay united and we speak a common language. Now, I'm not trying to diss any ethnic group. I've got utmost respect and regard for the Latin Americans, for the Hispanics. I've served with many of them. They're fantastic Marines. Now imagine if in the Marine Corps we spoke multiple different languages, and so what happens is people just gravitate towards their ethnic group. That'll eventually cause chaos and friction. So it's important that these corporations and organizations, when they sponsor national level events like the Super Bowl, take this into account and apply whatever halftime function that they're going on, that it applies to everybody across the country, not just a select group of people. And, quite frankly, I'd never heard of this Bugs Bunny or Bunny Bad or whatever the hell this guy's name is. I'd never heard of it. And frankly, I found the dancing to be offensive, this twerking and all this crap. Wholesome, it's not family friendly, and it's not who we are as a country. I would not want my kids watching some of this crap that I saw yesterday on TV. It pissed me off. And ironically, when I released a message on YouTube and LinkedIn, it just so happened that I did it before President Trump did, and his message was far more stronger, but mine was very simple. It's like, hey, in America, we should just speak English. When I came to this country and I had to take a citizenship exam, it was in English. You had to be able to take the test in English, give answers in English. You had to be able to read in English. Now, the country does make certain exceptions for age and special needs, that you can do it in your native language through an interpreter. And I understand that. But at the end of the day, we got to unify around a common language, which happens to be English. Quite frankly, if you don't like the fact that English is our official language, you're more than welcome to go back to your home country and speak the language, whatever there is spoken there. Unfortunately, what's happened is by the NFL doing this, they've opened a Pandora's box, because I can see next year's Super Bowl halftime show is going to be something like talking in Urdu. ख़वातीन हज़रात, मैं आपको खुशामदीद करता हूँ कि आप सेंटिनल चैनल पे आए ये मेरी शो देखने के लिए. आपकी बहुत मेहरबानी है. So basically what I said is, ladies and gentlemen, Thank you very much, and I welcome you to Sentinel Channel, and I appreciate you watching it. I can say in English, far simpler, a lot more people understand it. So I hope you get my drift. And again, no offense to any Latinos or Hispanics or anybody out there. We're Americans, and English is our official language, and that's what we need to galvanize around as a nation, as a country, so we don't end up becoming another Europe. That's all I got. Stay rugged, stay united. Khan out.